Welcome back to the Divine Channel. I don't have a specific message coming through from Spirit. Like sometimes I'll get a series of synchronicities or messages that they want me to talk about even before turning on the camera. But today I just kind of had an impulse to sit down and do a reading. And sometimes when that happens, there's something that needs to come through, even if it hasn't been shown to me beforehand. So we're just going to pull some cards and see what the message is that wants to come through, because I feel it there. I just don't really know what it is yet. So we're going to find out together, which is always fun and exciting. And they told me to pull out a different little, I'll show you. I keep all my cards in these little Dollar Tree baskets, and I had one that was sitting on the side there for quite some time, and I was kind of being called to certain cards within that basket, and they told me to switch the basket. So, and they guided me to which one it was, and it was this one, so I grabbed the whole thing. There could be something about switching something up in this message as well. Like you've had something there for a while and you're ready to switch it up, or you're ready to grab something else that's kind of been on the back shelf, because this one was on the back of a shelf that I have all my cards on. So I do immediately get a message about that being important. Something that was kind of on the back burner, or you put it on the back of the shelf, is now being brought to the front so that you can see something, or so that you can connect with it in a new way. The deck I'm being called to use is the Aphrodite deck. So let's get some messages here from Spirit. What are we talking about here today? What is the message for those who are called to this reading? Oh, I love it. The Star card. Ooh, yes, this is a refresh. This is a renewal. I'm hearing being laid bare, and she is naked. So this is like a fresh start. But I'm also noticing how long her hair is. Very long. I don't know if I should cover up the tatas or what. I see so many people being like, anyway, it doesn't matter. Her hair is super long. And I was thinking about cutting my hair. You can't really see how long it is because it's cut off by the camera, but it goes down to my butt. And I was thinking about long hair, short hair. So again, it's like the new basket, new hair. It's like a refresh of some kind. Doesn't mean you have to cut your hair. Doesn't mean I'm going to either. It's just this theme that I've been noticing now that we're here and we're talking about it. About a reset of some kind. Maybe it's like presenting yourself in a new way, or a renewal of some kind. It feels like a shakeup, but an intentional one that you are implementing. It's not something external that's causing you to change. It's like something that you're being called to do because it feels good. It feels like a refresh. Yeah, getting a reset energy right away. So let's find out more. What is this reset in regard to? I heard aesthetics. So yeah, it could be something physical. We also have the Chariot. Could be like a new car. A new car. It could be a new mode of transportation. Actually, that's a theme I did see today earlier. Somebody literally said to me, "Do you want to buy my car?" And I was like, "No, I'm good with my Jetta." But there could be something about a Mercedes or a BMW that is significant. An aesthetic change, something that you've been putting on the back shelf that's ready for a shift. And we have the Magician. Holy crap. First 3 cards out of this tarot deck are major arcana, indicating, yet again, first of all, the nakedness, something being laid bare. And why I skipped from first to third. You're skipping gears here. You're speeding up. You're doing something completely different that you're manifesting. This feels very intrinsic. I keep getting this feeling of it's not something that's happening to you. It's something that you are initiating here. It's something that you're feeling called to do, that you want to do, that you've been meaning to do for a long time. And it's not like a task or something that weighs heavy on you. It's like a new project or a new way of presenting yourself or a new vehicle. There's something about a refresh that is shifting the way you see yourself. And it's important because it's a new version of you that's being born. It's a clear, fresh energy, and it does need some kind of physical representation. So that's why the Magician is here helping you to, or working through you. This Magician energy is you making it manifest. It's you making it real. coming to fruition in a very physical way. I'm also noticing that the star is 17, the chariot is 7, and the magician is 1. So it's 1771, a mirrored number. So this feels significant as well. Looking in the mirror and changing something because it's ready to be changed, to get changed. They're actually showing me clairvoyantly somebody changing, looking in the closet, getting changed, and then looking in the mirror. Maybe this is, they did say aesthetic, so maybe this is an aesthetic reset that's taking place. And it feels very symbolic. It feels like this is something that represents a new era that you are entering into, a new stage of your life, a new phase of development is what I heard, a new phase of development. Okay. And this is something that you've manifested. It's like you kind of set this into motion a while ago, and you may have been in the slow lane, kind of like just putting along. And then all of a sudden you change gears. You get this instinct of like, okay, it's time to go now. I'm ready. And you gear up, you get in the fast lane, and you start moving at a higher speed, warp speed, if you will, because you're warping, you're changing. Altering course, I just heard as well. But it's interesting because as they're showing me, or as they brought through that message of altering course, they're showing me somebody on a straight highway, like a straightaway, an open road. So it doesn't necessarily feel like this is a change of course, as in you've come to a crossroad and you have to make a big decision and you pivot. It feels more like you've been heading in this direction anyway, and it's just time now to kind of put the pedal to the metal, or put your all into something and really make a shift of some kind, but you're still already going where you want to be going. You're just going faster, or you're seeing it manifest in a more tangible way. Temperance. All 4 of the cards that have come out are major arcana. Temperance. Okay, that's really interesting. The word that they just gave me was soliloquy. Let's look it up. I think that has something to do with poetry. Soliloquy. So I don't even know how to spell that. Soliloquy. Help me out, Google. Help me out, autocorrect. Okay. An act of speaking one's thoughts aloud when by oneself or regardless of any hearers, especially by a character in a play. In a part of a play involving a soliloquy, in the opening soliloquy, he declares his true intent. It's almost like, yeah, okay, I'm seeing examples in my mind from like movies and shows that I like to watch where the character will kind of like have an aside to themselves. And in a book, it would be written as like the narrator would be exploring the internal dialogue or thoughts of the character. But because in a play or in a movie, it kind of needs to be done in a different way, especially in a play, it needs to be spoken outright so that the audience can have an insight into the mind of the character here. So I feel like you are making this manifest. It feels like something that was inside you is coming out. You've been thinking about this for a while. You've been mulling this over with yourself. You've been alone with your thoughts for quite some time, I just heard, and you're ready to take action or implement this in a way. And it feels like I keep getting this energy of you've already set this into motion, whatever this is. You've already set this into motion. So it's not like all of a sudden you get this burst of speed that comes out of nowhere and you have to really force it to take the action to make the change. It feels like it's already kind of picking up speed or snowballing. And it's like, yeah, okay, the snowball is small. It starts out like it took a lot of work to make the snowball and you had to put a lot of action into that. But then it's on this downhill course, or it's picking up speed and it's just gathering momentum as it goes. It's gathering snow and getting bigger as it goes. And so it becomes more powerful. It becomes more physically, it has a lot more weight to it. And it feels like like the Temperance card and the Star card to me here are talking about this quality that you've been kind of sitting in for a while of, the phrasing I'm getting is mulling over, like you've been mulling over this idea or this concept or this inspiration that you've had for quite some time. And it's now all of a sudden like, oh, it's ready. I just heard a microwave ding. I don't even have a microwave. I haven't had a microwave like ever in my life, but I heard a microwave ding. It's like the food's ready. Microwave, a small wave that heats things up from the inside out. Ooh, yes. And it's faster. A microwave is much faster than, like, say, for example, a toaster oven or a conventional oven or whatever else you're using. I use a pan to heat shit up. So it's like there's something that is increasing in speed or frequency, and it's starting from inside. That's exactly what I was saying. And I just realized they were like, what does a microwave represent, or what does it do? And that's how that train of thought evolved. So, oh yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. This feels really big. Whoever you are that I'm talking to, whoever the group of people are that were drawn to this reading, something is speeding up and it's going to be ready. It's ready now, is what they just said. It's ready now. Holy shitballs. Shitballs. Snowballs, shitballs, something, a ball. It's like it's rolling downhill. It's gaining momentum and it's ready to go. You already did the work to get it there, and now it's ready. The 10 of Cups. Manifesting the fulfillment, manifesting the change that brings about the fulfillment, that sense of accomplishment that you get emotionally from seeing what you've been working toward really kind of land in your lap in a way that is something you can touch, see, feel, experience, something that's very satisfying. And it's like, whether this is a new look that you are very satisfied with. I've also been hearing, or the synchronicities around the word obsessed have been coming in a positive light, not like the negative shadow side of that, but the positive side of like, oh, I'm so obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with that. I love it so much. That's what I'm getting from this 10 of Cups energy. Like, you're obsessed with the changes that you're making, and it's very satisfying to see those changes physically manifest. Like, you're obsessed with your new car. You're obsessed with your new perception of your body. You're obsessed with your new hair. You're obsessed with the level of progress and the speed at which that progress is occurring. Something like that. The stars are involved. I just heard the stars. Oh, and I just looked over and I've got this little star wand. The magician. Yeah, you the stars, like you've met the star. Oh my God, the freaking star. I forgot. The star. Okay, so I love sensory stuff. You've had this magic wand. It's giving me fairy godmother energy. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And she's got this new carriage. The pumpkin turns into the chariot. Now you've got a sweet, styled up, fancy carriage to take you where you need to take you to the ball. And you were naked, and then you get new clothes. Although I did just hear the emperor's new clothes, which he had no new clothes. He was naked. Something is being laid bare. I'm not 100% on this message, but they were talking about stars, the star manifestation. Okay, let me back up. This wand was in the old basket that I had to move, and that's why I took it out and put it in my little makeup brush thing that I have on my desk. I wouldn't have noticed this because it was kind of like hiding down inside the basket until I moved the basket and pulled this out. And this is so representative here of your energy because it's talking about both manifestation and the star card, and you had the magician and the star. So it's something, again, magic manifesting in a very physical, tangible way. But it's not like there's some fairy godmother guardian that just comes out of nowhere and, poofs it for you. This feels like something that, again, you have set in motion. You put the action behind this. You did the work. You did the thing, is what I just heard. Whatever that thing is, you did the thing. Okay. And now it's picking up speed. It's gaining momentum, even though you had to wait for a while, because the magician right now, he was kind of sitting, or she was kind of sitting like this on top of the Temperance card. So this took some time. You had to be patient with this. You contemplated a lot. I just heard, okay, yeah, that's what they were kind of giving me before. That you've been sitting with this a lot. You've been thinking about this a lot. You've been mulling this over for a long time. And you've been, I just heard looking for an answer. You were looking for an answer. What answer were you looking for? Can I ask, Spirit, what answer were they looking for here? Okay, 2 cards want to come out. The Priestess of Swords. And she is looking to me like Joan of Arc there for some reason. Like this is very evocative of Joan of Arc. Looking for a divine reason. Looking for a calling. Looking for a place to put your passions. And the Queen of Swords. The Priestess of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so you were definitely looking for an answer. You were looking for an up level. Because she's knighting someone here. So you were looking to get divine blessing on what you wanted to see come to be in your life. You were looking or waiting, contemplating, praying, affirming, and asking the divine. They're showing me like, is this the right thing? Is this what I should be doing? It doesn't feel impulsive at all. This isn't a change that you make because you're bored or restless or dissatisfied. This is a change, or this is an action that was implemented from a place of deep self-discovery. And that's why the outcome of it is so divinely timed and ordered. It could not be rushed. It could not be, they're saying like the impulsivity had to be taken out of it. You really had to kind of wait for that divine signal, that sign to be like, okay, it's time now. And then just do it. But that's why it's also so satisfying, is because it's not a change that you're implementing, even if it is an aesthetic one from an ego standpoint. That was not the ulterior motive. What this is coming from is a deep place within the self. Again, that this deep well of contemplation that you've been looking for confirmation on, and then it comes in. What form is this coming in? Because what you were seeking was the divine blessing on whatever this is. Like the divine yes, go for it. So what is it that you are manifesting? More swords. Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords. Priestess of Swords. Queen of Swords. You got all the swords. Well, most of them. And the moon. Oh, the moon and the star. The moon. I just heard the word wily, and then my brain went Wile E. Coyote. 222 it's 2:22 p.m. on the time. Okay. Timing, balance, planning. Doing something the right way. I know this is a sword card, but I'm seeing her with the cup, and it's like she wants to drink from her own cup. She wants to be satisfied. And the thoughts need to match the things, is what I just heard. The thoughts need to match the things. So there's some kind of like subconscious reprogramming that you've been doing, perhaps. It's kind of what it feels like. Subconscious reprogramming, speaking to yourself in new ways. Maybe you've been journaling. Maybe you've been writing stuff down, affirming. Maybe you've been speaking it out loud. Maybe you've just been thinking about this a lot, mulling it over. They keep saying mulling it over. You've been mulling things over for a while, quite a while, coming up with a plan. And not a cockamamie one like Wile E. Coyote. Really thinking things through. And at the subconscious level, the deeper motivation here has been alignment of what you want, what you think you want, and what you actually want. And it's kind of like all of those things needed to line up or match up for you to be able to get the go-ahead to shift into higher gear, get into the fast lane, get into that pumpkin carriage and take off for the ball or wherever you're destined to go. So things did take a little while, but it's all coming about. So I just want to clarify the moon card, because sometimes the moon is a little bit like veiled. Yeah. All right. You've got the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. This is super positive. And with the moon card, it was clarifying the moon. And the moon is this like intangible subconscious realm. So this is a deep soul searching type of energy, looking for something that's really going to satisfy you inside. And sometimes when we pursue that on an external level and we look for the outside things like the new this or the new that to scratch that itch at the soul level, it's never enough. It's ultimately dissatisfying because we're filling a void that can't be filled by something external. However, this is like a flip side of that, where you've done the soul searching to discover what was motivating you to have these desires externally, aesthetically, physically outside of you. And then as a result of that, you were able to kind of hone in on what you really wanted, what was actually going to make you happy, and not just temporarily happy, but really, truly satisfied, even if it is something physical. It's like that physical thing is a representation, and you know that. You're able to understand and grasp that. And so you're not attached to the thing, whether it's a car, a new look, your hair. It's really the sense of self that is the accomplishment, that is the satisfaction. And I think the real core of this content and this happiness being intrinsic in this way is that you've manifested it. So it's not about the thing, it's about the power that you had. Call this into being is what Spirit just said. To call this into being. Maybe you've been working on manifesting, like mastering manifesting. I just see a lot of personal satisfaction. And in that, there's kind of this feeling of like, I did it. There's a sense of accomplishment here. Like, I did it. And sure, there's going to be other things that you're going to want to do, or that you're going to want to see, or that you're going to want to change in your life. But this is kind of a moment where you stop and you look around and you go, yeah, this is what I was working toward. This is what I was trying to create. This is what I was doing this whole time. And the fact that I took my time to really understand the ins and outs of that, the motivations behind that, and to trust in the divine timing and the order of it to get the go ahead. This is what creates the magic. And this is what results, therefore, in the deep sense of satisfaction, personal fulfillment. So we know what this is going to feel like. We kind of know what this is going to look like. I almost want to ask, what did this take for you to get here? Like, what did this take? Two of Swords. Mulling it over, contemplating, listening. She's got the angels there on either side of her. She's kind of plugging her ears a little bit though. In this card, I feel like it's not that she's going la 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 la, can't hear you angels. It's more so that like she's already got the message. She feels them there around her, and she's closing her ears to the outside world so she can hear her own mind, hear her own thoughts, think a little more deeply. And this is exactly what they were giving me. Just intuitively, Spirit was like, they kept saying, mulling it over. You've been thinking about this for a long time, weighing things up, trying to understand both sides of the equation here and what was driving that deeper motivation. And this is why it's so successful, is because you didn't just kind of rush into this with willy-nilly. You really thought this through. You may have even had to go back to the drawing board several times to try and figure out what was blocking this manifestation, what was creating a sense of dissatisfaction, waiting for Spirit to give you that go ahead, listening to Spirit and their guidance on what you were meaning to do and needing to do. What was the right move? I just heard, what was the right move for you at each given point in this phase? And what has changed? I want to ask, what has changed that is giving you this go ahead? Because it feels like there was a long period here of just kind of sitting with it. What has changed? The Princess of Cups. She's like this beautiful mermaid. Princess of Cups. So what has changed here? Clarity on how you feel. Getting into the energy of your desire and actually feeling it, appreciating it. This also feels like a sense of gratitude. I'm hearing gift on the horizon. Okay. A gift on the horizon. Can I clarify that? Gift on the horizon? What is this gift on the horizon? Princess of Coins. Okay. Yes. A physical gift of some kind. an offer. This feels like a purchase. This feels like something that you wanted to get for yourself. Again, it's highly symbolic. It symbolizes your ability to trust yourself in this process of manifestation and your alignment with spirit in your ability to do so. But this thing, this purchase, this money, this physical thing, because this is very like, I can't get away from this message of it being something physical. It's highly spiritual. Not to say that the thing is spiritual. It could be a car or a haircut, but it's like, it's very spiritual because it's coming from this deeper place, because it's motivated by this alignment, because it's representative. I keep getting this message. It's highly symbolic. So for example, the new car if it is a new car that you're purchasing, or that you're getting the money to put a loan down, or to put some kind of, you're financing or leasing something, or it's a gift from someone. You're able to do this because you trusted this entire process. And the car really represents your ability to move forward. It represents a new persona. Maybe it's like you're upgrading from an older vehicle to a newer one, or something that just suits you better, feels more like you. If this is a haircut or food, I didn't mean to say food. Okay, food could be involved here, or clothes of some kind. It's like you're not changing to fit in. You're not changing to become something you're not. You're really embodying more of who you are and expressing that in a physical way. And again, it's symbolic of this growth that you've been through, or this embodiment of this new version of you that feels more aligned. And it's funny because, again, they're showing me the nakedness of the Magician and the Star card. So when we're speaking of clothes, it's like these clothes actually expose more of who you are than what you were wearing before. It's not the clothes that have meaning, it's you that give them meaning. That it allows you to show more of you is what it does this make sense? Like, I hope this is making sense, because the way they're showing it to me, it's just highly symbolic. It's very symbolic. So let me see if there's anything else that I can ask. What do you need to know? What do you need to know from here? What do you need to know from here? Judgment. I feel like you need to know that the judgment calls that you've made are accurate. This feels also like divine judgment too. Like, for example, that it's just time now. Okay. They're playing Nelly Batter Up in my mind right now, and it's now 2:34 p.m. So 2:34 can indicate this progression. Again, the 1 is missing, so you've already implemented that first step, and now it's that snowball of 2:34. Like it moves forward quite quickly. Okay, I'm back to the song. They're still playing it. Nelly Batter Up. Now we're up in the big leagues. It's my turn at bat. As long as we living, ain't nothing wrong with that. Batter up. So it feels like you are getting a shot of something here. It's your time in some way. You've waited for this. They're showing me like a long line of batters that are waiting for their turn at bat, and you had to kind of get in line. And now it's your turn. And it feels like you hit a home run. Like, you really do. It feels like you're going to hit a home run. I'm hearing on the verge, and they're saying also precipice. So this is something that will most likely happen soon. But you never know with spirit, because the word soon can mean just about anything. But the moon card's standing out to me, and I'm hearing overnight. So even though this may feel like a change that happens overnight or quite quickly, it's actually something that's been brewing for quite some time. And so what you need to know about this is that it's time, or it's almost time. Princess of Wands, you've already put this into motion. You've been guarding this, or it's been guarded for you. Let me see. Eight of Coins. Yeah, you've been guarding this, or you've been guarded about this because you were working on it behind the scenes for so long. Maybe this is a project. Maybe this is something that you've been working on or doing, and then you put it out there and it garners some kind of physical success. And then you're able to make some adjustments from that, from what you gain from that. You know what I'm saying? A window to the future. They're showing me the window in the background here. The window to the future, and there's a bridge in the background. So it feels like you've had a window into what you wanted, but you really had to work at refining, again, the motivations behind that, and waiting for that divine blessing or that divine alignment to really kind of help things along. And that bridge to the other side feels like she's kind of working outside the castle. This is what I'm seeing from the card. She's like working on the outskirts of the castle. And when she finally puts this out, or she does this thing, or she masters whatever this is she's been working on, she goes across the bridge and enters into the castle. There were guardians at the gate, right? Like the guards at the gate were saying, no, you can't come in. And you were like, why? Because it wasn't your turn yet, because there was other things you needed to do, because you needed to find the intrinsic motivation. You needed to see the alignment really come to fruition in this way, and practice needed to occur, trial and error. Yeah, they keep showing me Wile E. Coyote, like back to the drawing board again. Let's try this. Let's try that. That didn't work. Okay, let's nix that, and we'll do something else. So there was a lot of sort of adjustments that needed to be made, and that's why I think you were kind of stuck in the slow lane for a bit there, if this is what it felt like, because you needed that time, right? Like they're showing me a GPS continuing to reroute. You were still going down that same path, but maybe the destination wasn't clear, or the path to get there wasn't clear. They're showing me a billboard changing, like it's holographic and then it changes. So it's like you were waiting for the sign. This is what it feels like. Waiting for the clarity, waiting for the sign, waiting for things to line up, waiting to understand what you could do to participate in this process, but also being able to work with spirit in a more hands-on way to manifest this into your life in a way that would be gratifying, satisfying, really true, rather than superficial and fleeting. It feels like it's very deep. Without attachment, they're saying, without attachment. And that guardian at the gate was actually there on your behalf to prevent you from entering into the city or the castle, because if you did that before you were ready, it would ultimately have been dissatisfying. And you would have just continued looking for more. And there's nothing wrong with wandering, especially if you're looking for somewhere you've never been before. Not all who wander are lost. Some are looking. Some are curious. But it feels like you found something that you did want, but you needed to clarify the motivations behind it so you could actually get it. Yeah. I feel like I don't want to keep going because I might just continue to repeat myself here. I think we've pretty much clarified this message. And ultimately, the outcome, very positive. Very positive. And they're saying the stars align, and they're showing me the scene from El Dorado when they're like, the stars can't do it. And it's like you really had to wait until the stars aligned. And it's funny because I'm wearing this astrology shirt, and even the bra I'm wearing underneath is an astrology bra. It has constellations all over it. And then we had the star card. And I did note that before I sat down. I was like, oh, I wonder why I didn't notice that when I was getting dressed. But now that I'm reflecting on it, it's very symbolic. Again, connected to this message too. So the stars needed to align. The action needed to be aligned. Everything needed to be aligned. And then this beautiful payoff comes out in such a way that it is ultimately satisfying. That's the message. That's what's coming in. I can't tell you when, because it's going to be highly individual and subjective, but it's like you'll just feel it. You'll just know. The waiting phase is over, I'm hearing. The waiting phase is over. You've positioned yourself correctly, is what they just said. So, and they're showing me the number 777 and the word luck. I'm also seeing a 4-leaf clover. Yeah, those are all connected to luck, which is really just alignment. Yeah, alignment. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here for you. beautiful. I really hope that this comes to fruition very soon for you in a way that is satisfying and in divine timing and alignment. If you would like to claim this reading, to affirm it to be so, you can hit the like button. You can comment a lucky 4-leaf clover and or a heart, because this is really coming from the heart. It's not coming from something outside of you. So I'm wishing you all the best on this journey of peace to manifest what is actually aligned with you. And it symbolically represents this massive spiritual win. That's what it feels like, a spiritual win. Spirit's got your back on it, and you've done a wonderful job. I'm actually hearing a heck of a job. You've done a heck of a job. Okay, guys. So I love you. Thank you so much for being here, supporting this new growth on this new channel. You can also check out my other channel, It's Tarot and Beyond. That's where we do pick a card style readings with messages channeled from Spirit. I hope you're enjoying the readings. I love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.